Hello, and welcome to the coronavirus update video number 54.0. Today's date is the 25th of May 2020. It is Monday and I'm in a different location, as you can see. I'm actually, of course, getting back to work myself. I'm an estate agent and, of course, if you don't know where I am, I think a couple of people could already start guessing where I am already. So if you do know where I am, put a comment down below and see if you can get it right. I'm in a beautiful spot right now. I will say I'm in a clubhouse. Let's give that as a little hint there. So if you do know where I am, you can pop a comment down below and maybe you get it right. Okay, so it's been a great weekend. A lot of news coming out. A lot of people coming into phase 1 and going into phase 2 today. So we're going to update you on the different phases and everything else. And already, people have already started commenting on my hair. Yes, I got a haircut finally today. I went down to La Torre, down to Raquel's. I'm supporting local businesses, obviously. So I won't be going to the big franchisees, which I have done in the past because it's cheaper. So I do want to support local, and I think a lot of people will as well. So thank you for everyone saying I like the haircuts. I've actually got a short video that I'm going to be putting out about the whole process and everything as well of myself getting a haircut. So if that's something that's going to be interesting for you, then you're more than welcome to join in. And Avril, you're the first one to get it correct. Well done. Yes, I'm at El Valle Clubhouse. And in fact, what I will do very, very quickly, I'm inside just a little bit, but on the outside, it is absolutely beautiful. You can see the golf course in the background. And yes, I thought it was a great location to do my live videos. Of course, I'm back to work today as an estate agent. I'm getting photos, videos of properties that we have on our market and making sure we get the 360 tours. So I've got to be at work. Unfortunately, you're going to get the sounds wherever you go. All right, let's jump into it. So at the start of every single show, I like to do the rundown on numbers. And as of today, there are in total 235,772 people infected in Spain. And over the last 24 hours, as of yesterday, that was 246. Again, great numbers of the infection rate going down and down and down. So really, really good to see. The death rate in total there is 28,752, and over the last 24 hours as of yesterday that is 70 in total. Now yes, this has gone up over the last 24 hours, as in the last 48 hours, but we expected these things to happen. The rates of all of the infections, the numbers of the deaths, the infections, they're going to be going up and down, but as you can gradually see, if you see it on a chart, it is going up and down, but gradually going down, even though there is some slight increases in there as well. So again, thank you everyone for the nice haircut. Yes, I did get a cut today. Okay, so let's jump into it. First of all, I want to talk about some fake news because of course there is always fake news that I have to debunk and try and get some clarification on the actual news there as well. Listening to the news actually in England today, the BBC are actually reporting that as of today, Spain are coming out of lockdown. That's not the case. Definitely not the case. Specifically, they said that Madrid and Barcelona are coming out of lockdown. Well, technically, this is kind of correct. So if you are watching in England, yes, Madrid and Barcelona are sort of coming out of lockdown, but in fact, they're going into phase 1 officially. Or the rest of Spain, in fact, they're actually going to be, most of them going into phase 2, others staying in phase 1. Because if you don't know, we're actually doing phases in Spain, and of course in each phase is going to be 2 weeks to monitor how everyone is coping, infection rate if they're going up or down, and then monitoring from there. So yeah, the BBC reporting that Spain is coming out of lockdown, not necessarily true. So please be very careful when following the news, especially in England, because they might not have the full story there as well. Also, there was news that the whole of Murcia is staying in phase 1. No, this is not true. A lot of people are having conflict information here. It's actually a small area called Totana in Murcia. They are staying in phase 1. Now, this is where a lot of people are not sure about the phases and if they're going to be working or why are we in phase, blah, blah, blah. The actual phase idea is coming from making sure that the infection rate is staying low and making sure that the infection is not going to be spreading in a way. Now, there was news last week of fruit pickers actually in Tortana spreading amongst themselves the coronavirus. And of course, this was a very, very big problem. And of course, the government got hold of this. The Murcia government got hold of this as well. And they've actually stated that today Tortana is not going into phase 2, which is in the Murcia region or the province, but the rest of Murcia will be going into phase 2. So I just wanted to clear that up as well. Murcia will be going into phase 2 today, but Tortana is staying in phase 1. All right, let's talk about some other news and trying to get some clarity in this as well. I actually did this video during the last week. Phase 2, we are now officially in. Now, what can you do in phase 2? Well, there's actually not going to be much difference. It's actually more difference of numbers especially, okay? So for the people coming into phase 2, a lot more things are going to be opening up with more capacity. So for example, bars and restaurants can now open up inside at 40% capacity. So for example, where I am in the clubhouse here in El Valle, they can now open up the restaurant inside and people will be able to eat at a 40% capacity. It still has to have tables and chairs of 2 meters distance from each other, but this is great news. However, bars are not allowed to open, as in bars such as discos, nightclubs, things like this are still not allowed to open as yet. That will probably come in phase 3. Also, if you go to the typical Spanish restaurants and the Spanish service station restaurants, they actually have a very, very long bar going along and they've got the tapas up there. These areas are also still closed. It still has to be table service for you to be able to eat inside, okay? Right, let's have a look at what else can you do. Okay, this is the biggest one as well. Swimming in the sea. Yes, you are allowed to go into the sea to swim and go for a dip. You can even sunbathe down on the beach. However, there are some areas which are now restricting this, and they're saying restricting it still to exercise. Other beaches are saying, and other town halls are saying that yes, this is okay for phase 2. They will be putting in some sort of distancing system. I've seen in a lot of different places that they've actually got stamps where they're using tractors to dig along a stamp almost, and it kind of rolls a 2-meter box square kind of thing. And I thought that was a very clever idea. A lot of other beaches are doing it with ropes and keeping the rope system into place as well. So yeah, this is very, very interesting too. What else is there? People in phase 2. You can now you can now meet up with 15 people or less. So it used to be 10 people, and in people in phase 1 it still is 10, but when you move into phase 2 it is actually 15 people you can meet up together. But a big news that came out today, and this is something that I know a lot of people will be very, very happy with as well, the exercise time limit in phase 2 is now completely taken away. Phase 1 you will still have your time limits to do exercise and go out for a run or a walk, etc. Please refer to other videos, previous videos about the times, because I can't go into this in this video especially, okay? Now, when it comes to exercising in phase 2, you have no limit apart from the time we should try to avoid for the elderly, and that is 70 or above, okay? So 70-year-olds and above, they have their specific time frame, and the government have basically said to try to avoid those times, but all other times you're allowed to go out. Also, it is allowed in phase 2 to walk with your family, but also in phase 1. This was actually released during the weekend in the royal decree, and as of today, in phase 1 and phase 2, you're allowed to walk and go for exercise and do exercise with your family or groups of up to 10 people. This is great news. So for anyone who is still in phase 1, I know a lot of people are still asking, what phase am I in? If you're still in phase 1, this means that you will be able to go out for walks with your family, with your kids, with your husband and your wife, and go out for a nice walk together. This is no problem. Now, that's basically it for exercise. So that's really, really good as well. Now, other things with phase 2. A big difference where I'm still yet to get some clarity on this, but this will be down to, of course, the communal areas and the communal administrators. This is regarding communal pools. So swimming pools can now start opening up, and this is recreational pools such as leisure centres. They can start opening up their swimming pools, but the word here is they can start opening. It doesn't mean that they have to start opening. Now, the main problem with opening up communal pools, especially on a resort, for example, a resort like El Valle here, we have many open communal pools. These areas are still, well, they might not open, but this is down to the admin being able to control the sort of disinfecting, sanitization of the pools themselves. This can actually be a lot more money for the community. So some places are still saying, no, the pools aren't open. Okay, so let me give this a rundown here. If you live on an urbanization or a golf resort such as this, El Valle Golf, communal pools are allowed to open, but it is down to the administration whether they open or not. This will also be down, and they will probably have some sort of notification to say that yes, they can open, but under these strict rules. I have been sent an email, but I haven't really dove into it deep enough yet to see what exactly will become of the, or will happen with the disinfecting, what they have to do, what they require. But it seems like a lot at the moment. So if that's the case, I think it could be too expensive for a lot of people to be able to open up a communal swimming pool for only 10, maybe 12 people to be able to use. So again, the communal pools can open, but it's up to the administration. So the best thing you can do if you're not sure if the communal pool is going to be opening up, ring or call or contact your local administrator, and they should be able to give you an answer that yes, they are going to be opening up, but with these strict rules, or no, they're not going to be opening, and they'll wait until another phase or an update on communal pools and the safety of the communal pools as well. Okay, let's move on. So that's communal pools, going for a swim. We've done quite a lot in phase 2 already, so this is really, really good. Okay, let's jump into borders. Now, I did a video about this over the weekend as well. President Sanchez actually put down in a press conference, he is going to be opening up the borders at the beginning of July. What does this mean? Well, we actually have no idea what this means yet. Yes, he has stated this, but the problem is we don't know what the statistics are going to be, whether it's going with other countries and only having specific countries with low infection rate, whether there's going to be some sort of passport system to have to check, to have to quarantine. None of this is actually known yet. So we actually have no idea when the borders are going to be opening. One, we know it's going to be July, beginning of July, but there is no official date on this yet. And of course, what is going to happen when people do come into the country? Are they going to have to quarantine? Are they going to have some sort of tracking system, which is currently in place? They have to leave their telephone number and the address of where they're going, so at least they can contact them and see where they are, etc., etc. So this information is unknown yet, so we just have to wait and see what is going to be happening over the upcoming month, I would say, before any of these information comes out. What we have seen in the news especially is the government have been talking with other presidents of other countries and other prime ministers, and of course they're trying to get deals along with each other. I know that the Spain, of course, is with the border of France and Portugal, and they are hopefully opening up the land borders in the beginning of July, because they want to have this agreement put into place, especially for these two countries, because they're connecting to it. They want to get the tourism back up and running. So I'm going to have to either learn French or Portuguese to be able to sell some properties to these guys. That could be a difficult one. Okay, so what else is there? That's basically it. So other things, questions that a lot of people have been asking is about the exercise and in the different areas that they can go to. Now, one comment is for cyclists. Now, my parents are cyclists, they're huge cyclists, and they, of course, are watching on a daily basis and asking me on a daily basis when they can go out of their municipality. Now, I have had a lot of people sending me different screenshots almost, saying that, yes, they can go, my friend sent me this, we can go to... I haven't actually read this in the proper royal decree yet, in the official royal decree document. So I'm actually unsure whether cyclists can go out of their municipality at the moment. Now, so for everyone who is asking, I'm still doing some research on this. If you do have the information in the exact line, in the exact document of where it states that you can go out further, please send it to me, because I would love to be able to correct this and say that you are allowed to go. but unfortunately we are not able to confirm this yet. So as it is, the exercise, it still stays the same, apart from phase 2, where you're allowed to now go into groups of 15. Phase 1, you're allowed to do exercise with groups of 10, and in phase 2, you have no limit whatsoever, which means that you can go out any time of the day to do your exercising, okay? And the last couple of things, I'm just going to reiterate things that have actually happened but not changed at all, and still people are asking about this. So Bill Stewart, you just put a comment there, and you've actually been commenting on a lot of people's comments as well and responding to them, so thank you. Supermarkets. Yes, you can go to a further supermarket. It has to be in the same province of where you are. So for example, Alicante is one province, Valencia is one province, Murcia is one province. You have to stay within your province, and you can go to other supermarkets, but it's still only one person to go into that supermarket in phase 1 and phase 2, I'm afraid, okay? So that's the update on that one, just to clarify this. Oh, and shopping centres. This is also a big news that I completely forgot about to put in here. Shopping centres are also opening up as well. So the big the big shopping centres that are in the Murcia city centre, down in Cartagena as well, they're about 15-20 minutes away from where I am here in El Valle at the moment. These can now start opening up as well, which means all the clothes shops, all the electrical shops as well, you can now start going to these places. Of course, there is going to be a capacity of 40% to be able to go in and out, but I think it's great that everything is now starting to get moving again. I think it's really, really good. So yeah, shopping malls are now open. So this is really, really good news. Okay, guys, today was a short video. Of course, I'm officially back to work. That was a good question. Can I drive somewhere and then go for a walk? I've actually been sent 2 or 3 different details saying yes and saying no. I'm yet to clarify this. So at the moment, it is a no, not yet. But until I get this information, I will let you know, because I've been sent even by my brother, who sent me one screenshot, but we haven't had anything confirmed yet. So unless it's on the royal decree, I won't state it as a yes, okay? Also, remember, face masks are now mandatory, so you should have your face mask with you. I've got mine in my pocket here. So if you are out and about, you should have your face mask with you, but face masks should only be used when you're in a place where you cannot keep 2-meter distance, such as going into supermarkets, going into shops, even a restaurant. If you can't keep a 2-meter distance, you should have your mask on, okay? Keep it with you at all times, just in case. That's the best advice I can give you there. Right, guys, that is going to be it for today. It's a short video because I've got to get back to work. I'm afraid it's it's busy getting back to work, but I've got to go take some photos now. But what I will do very, very quickly, just to finish off this lovely, lovely video. I know it's a bit windy here, but what I would like to do is just show you my home. You know, this is El Valle Golf. If you don't know the resort itself, it's a beautiful resort. I'm up in the clubhouse here with that as a view of the 18th hole here. It's superb. It really, really is. So yeah, I'm very, very lucky to be able to work here, to be able to see this on a daily basis, and even come up here for a coffee as well. So yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today. If you have any questions, please private message me, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. I'll update this and put it onto YouTube as well. So if you're not subscribed on YouTube too, please go and watch or go up to the description below and subscribe to me on YouTube. I've got my Instagram on there as well, so you can keep up to date with everything as well. Guys, that is it for today. I thank you very much for all the lovely, lovely comments about my hair. I will be posting a video about that probably tomorrow. And oh, that was the last thing. My t-shirts that I actually got sent to me, I'm auctioning off the t-shirts on eBay. One of them, well, one is now up to 51 euros already. I'm going to be signing this as well. So if you're up for sharing some money and giving it all to charity, this is what we're doing with the t-shirt. All of that money is going to go straight to charity. And if you want to bid on that t-shirt, the link I will put in the description above, or you can go back on the previous videos as well. And if you want to win one of the t-shirts as well, the previous video, you just have to put a comment there, and I'll be announcing the winner on Wednesday for a video as well. So if you want to win a t-shirt, you can have a bid on it or comment on it, and hopefully you'll win as well. I'm going to sign both of them because I thought it would be fun to do. All right, guys, that is it for today. I will see you on Friday. Bye, guys.